One of the first pieces of advice I was given by a director was by a commercial director, a friend of mine. When I told him I wanted to direct and that I had directed something for work, just a small audiovisual presentation that I directed, and he gave me advice on demeanor in terms of demeanor on set. That a director arriving on set dictates the mood of the set. So if you don't ever come onto a set feeling low or feeling down or with your energy very, very low. You have to be up. You have to be gung ho, and because that affects the whole set for the whole day. If you come in feeling haggard or tired or exhausted or in a foul mood or grumpy, that sort of sets the tone for the rest of the day. So it's always better to come in recharged or enthusiastic or just at the very least just awake. I took that to heart when I started making independent films because, yeah, by default, the director is the leader of this. He's the captain of the set. So it's always been a prerogative of mine it's always been an imperative of mine to come onto set, no matter how tired I am, to seem raring to go or refreshed or awake or enthusiastic, and then take it from there. A director should come on set prepared, knowing what he wants. That's both fundamental and essential. He doesn't need to actually direct because he has the AD to do that for him, but he needs to know what he wants. He needs to know, and he needs to insist on what he wants, and he needs to have the flexibility to figure out a way if what he wants isn't working. So it basically comes out of a certain measure of preparedness and a certain sort of fidelity to a vision. So if you know a director doesn't know what he wanted, a director doesn't know what he wants and goes on set is a bad captain. It's gonna sink the ship eventually. So a director needs to be on point at all times about what he wants. The grunt work is usually done by the AD. The AD is on board, on the same page as the director, and he usually does the actual grunt work. He actually talks to the actors, he actually blocks the scenes, he's the one who calls action. The director only gets to yell cut when he doesn't like a scene. So yeah, preparedness is part of a director's leadership, if you will. His leadership quality is to come on set prepared. Everybody looks up to the director on set. When I say look up to the director, I don't necessarily mean look up at him in awe, but they look up at him for everything. They run everything by him. They see if it's fine or it's not. So the director really needs to be prepared in all aspects of the production. He has to know exactly what he wants in all aspects of the production so he can give answers. Ultimately, it's a collaborative effort, and the thing that's most crucial on any set is the workflow between you, the DOP, the AD, and if the editor is on set, the editor as well, and the script con, and possibly the production design team. And the rest of the crew, the rest of the staff will just follow you, essentially. And if you don't know what you want, that sort of creates some kind of a mess. So knowing what you want is very crucial, because being on point about what you want is very crucial, because it keeps the machinery going without a misstep. In terms of how you inspire people on set, I'm not sure if I inspire people on set, but I try to be. I've been told that the sets that I've been in have been pretty chill, so I think it's just nature on my part that I don't really show too much stress on set. It's probably because of the workflow. Once you've latched onto a workflow that's sort of very efficient, and you're also you sort of feel that you're in good hands with the other members of the team. So that takes away a lot of the stress from you, and I think that goes a long way without that goes a long way into making everybody feel at ease on set if you're at ease yourself. So I think preparedness and maybe try to be a little calm on set. We've all heard stories of directors who just blow their tops on set, and these stories are so common they've become a cliche. But yeah, as far as my experience is concerned, I think I get along with the crew because I hang out with them during breaks. I also get along with them because I try to be very relaxed on set. This making a film, that's fun. That's supposed to be fun. So I don't know if that's good leadership, but yeah, it gets films made, at least as far as I'm concerned. And it gets people to want to work with you again as well. I don't know if that's a good thing, but I think it is. So yeah, workflow is important, super important to establish a workflow with your main team. So it's a bad workflow results in a bad film, especially if you're working independently. They usually say the first day is the phenomenon of the first day jitters. When the first day of set is when you still feel your way around the people around you. Sometimes you can't afford that in an indie shoot because you only have like 3 or 4 days. So you can't lose one day to jitters. So having the workflow intact, first day, first sequence, it's it's cost effective. It also creates this very relaxed atmosphere, and it produces good work ultimately. So. I personally have a camaraderie with the crew. I think I've always upheld that as a very important quality for a director. Maybe it's force of habit, but I don't. During break time, I sit with the crew. I eat with the crew. I don't necessarily eat with the actors or eat with the producers. I eat with the crew. So that's something I've just been used to, and I've been accustomed to, and it's something I gravitate to because I kind of like hanging out with the crew also. So that's something I'm not sure if it's a quality that cuts across all directors, but I think it's an important quality that falls under a sense of camaraderie with everyone on set. Every director has a different style, has a different approach to how he does his work, different way of leading a team. My personal way is almost like not leading a team, like being part of a collective, of a collaboration. That's something I find comfortable. That's more of my comfort zone as a director. So that's what I do on set. But different directors have different ways of leading a team. More important than anything, I think knowing what you want gives you that sense of authority you need to lead the team. Not knowing what you want doesn't. It's as simple as that.